Dobrodošli natrag u završni dio konferencije o biogospodarstvu, organizacije Ministarstva poljoprivrede, šumarstva i ribarstva. Zadnji dio konferencije počet ćemo prezentacijom od politike do prakse, oslobađanje potencijala poljoprivrednog i šumarskog sektora za održivo biogospodarstvo. Predstavit će nam je u javljanju putem videolinka direktorica tima za opće poslove najvećeg Europskog udruženja poljoprivrednih proizvođača Kopa-Kogeka, gospođa Oana Neagu. Sad bi se trebala pojaviti ovdje, dakle, na videolinku.
Yes, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome.
My side. Can you hear me?
Yes, everything's okay. You can start. Thank you.
Okay, I think I need to restart sharing my screen. I don't know, because I don't think that you see it now. Can you see my screen now? Can you please confirm that you see my screen? Yes. Super, perfect. I'm far. I'm in Brussels, so you need to use a stronger mic.
You need to start the presentation.
You can see it now, I hope.
Yes.
Super, perfect. Yeah, it's still not so easy with the technology after so many years, and we are not so used maybe to use it. Thank you very much for the invitation. My name is Oana Neagu. I work for the European Farmers Organization in Brussels. I will maybe tell you some words about us, about Kopa-Kogeka, and then as I think I have a little bit less time than initially foreseen, maybe I will not insist too much on the EU context for bioeconomy, because anyway we will have a new strategy that was in the college today, and I will insist maybe why the bioeconomy is important for us and what are our priorities for the future strategy. First, I would like also to congratulate you for this initiative. It is really interesting that you have dedicated this discussion on such an important topic in a period of really the adoption of the new strategy. This is also a topic of high importance for our members, who are the European farmers and agri-cooperatives. Our members are coming from the national farmers organizations or national cooperatives. For example, from Croatia, we have the Croatian Chamber of Agriculture, who is a member of COPA. And we are covering all 27 EU member states. We have more than 70 members in both in COPA and Kogeka. It's one of the oldest organization, lobby organization defending farmers' interests and cooperatives' interests here in Brussels, working closely with the European Commission, with the European Parliament, and also with the members, with the Council, making sure that the voice of our members, farmers and cooperatives, is really heard in the decision-making process here in Brussels. We have done also our best to try to explain how important the bioeconomy is for our members, also for the future strategy. Let's see how successful we have been. You know that this is a topic of importance already from the previous programming period, if I can say like this. We had a very strong message from the Council, from the Member States under the Swedish presidency, and then it continued with the new Commission, with the vision of agriculture, and not only to stress the importance when it comes to not only the climate change mitigation and the replacement of fossil-based materials and fuels, but also for rural areas, for creating added values and jobs. Why we have considered the circular bioeconomy as an opportunity always for our sectors. We talk a lot about sustainability, maybe a little bit more on the economic sustainability than in the past. We know that this could be a great solution to provide additional revenues for our sectors and also help them enhancing not only the economic pillar of sustainability, but also the social and the environmental aspects. It's also a way to provide new business models, new business opportunities, and to attract or keep young people in rural areas. So we know that this is maybe one of the biggest challenges that we have in Europe, and not only to make sure that we create in the agriculture and forestry sectors models that they have a future and will make the agriculture sector more competitive and resilient in the future, which is the third point that we consider that it is the bioeconomy. It is important, including a better use of local resources. And here I saw from the previous panel, colleagues from BioEast, we know, and I hope the future strategy will recognize as well, that there is a great, I would say, huge potential in the BioEast countries, and this maybe was not used and supported enough until now. And we hope that this will be more visible in the future in the EU strategies, but also priority maybe at national level. We have prepared some messages in the context of the preparation of the bioeconomy strategy. And as I mentioned, I hope that some of the concerns that we have raised will be addressed. We maybe forgot in the last years to talk about mobilization of biomass to enhance the production, but also to increase the mobilization in use, and also not to restrict the use of biomass. There is still a big discussion on the cascade approach, the hierarchical approach of the use of biomass. We have always said that we need to have a market approach that is linked to the realities on the ground, and not to impose or have mandatory approaches that could have an impact on local economies. In general as well, I mentioned it at the beginning, it is important to recognize even more that in the past, the replacement, the role that biomass, residues, byproducts, biomass in general plays in replacing fossil-based products. And in tackling climate change, sometimes we tend to forget the climate change part. Another important point is we discussed a lot in these days about simplification and policy coherence. We need to make things simpler and faster to make sure that products are getting faster on the market, that innovation is getting faster and implemented faster by our farmers, by our agri-food industries as well. Policy coherence, it's very much also linked to the second step when we talk about financing. We can see that the CAP is always seen as the only tool to support farmers, forest owners, cooperatives in further developing their businesses to support the bio-based industries. The issue is that, and when we look at the current discussions also on the multi-financial framework, it's that it's clear that CAP is not the only tool that needs to be used. We need more synergies and links between different funds. We need to see also more money and targeted money in the future Horizon Europe. Let's see the FP10, how it will be called. And stress, because I think it was mentioned, the circular bioeconomy joint undertaking. We were, after many years, we have succeeded to create a working group on primary producers. We are at the beginning in trying to better integrate primary producers' needs into the discussions and also, let's say, future proposals of the CBE. There is still a lot of work that needs to be done, and we really hope that also in the future programming period, and we know that this will be a priority also for the strategy, for the future strategy implementation, that primary producers' needs will be better addressed in the CBE joint undertaking. And they will continue to integrate farmers, forest owners to ensure their active participation, and they can benefit also from these important funds. Another point, as part of the second point, it's also the raising awareness of bioeconomy, and this is something that I think it's also part of the message of the conference today, but a lot still needs to be done. For example, in the last, I would say, 5 years, there were no discussions on bioeconomy in the European Parliament here in Brussels, maybe some events. We really need to bring the bioeconomy back, not only in the EU institutions priorities list, but also at national level. We need governments' support and make sure that bioeconomy is considered as food security, also the biomass security and the biomass use. It should be also part of the security strategy in general. We know very well how crucial it is to be not to be dependent on bio-based materials from other countries. I mentioned in the beginning also that we are representing also cooperatives. For us, agriculture cooperatives and forest cooperatives are an important pillar of the rural bioeconomy, and they play an important role in developing strong value chains in the bio-based economy, and we hope also that the promotion of such a model will continue, including in the Central Eastern European countries that we know that sometimes due to past experience, it's maybe not, it takes a little bit more time. I have mentioned in let's say in our how we see the bioeconomy, why it is important, the generation renewal, and this is something that it's also part of our priorities list, together with the part on skills, on education and knowledge exchange. We know that there were a lot of projects where farmers' organizations were involved in the last years when it comes to education and skill development. We have also a pact for skills in agriculture that could continue to work and maybe even further develop in the future with the focus on bioeconomy. And we know that there is also a discussion on the pact for skills for forestry. So we have the regulatory part with the policy coherence and simplification. We have the financing part that is quite important, but also increasing awareness on the importance of the agriculture and forestry biomass and the potential that we have in Europe, and then making sure that we have a strong future generation, well educated and with the right skills, but also the ones who are currently actively managing agriculture and forestry land are benefiting from these new innovative business models that could help them in increasing their revenues and increase their sustainability. So I will stop here. Thank you once again for the opportunity, and we look forward to see the new strategy and to see how we can work together and make sure that the implementation of the bioeconomy strategy will make a difference for the European farmers and cooperatives. At least to be a continuation of what we have done until now, because we have to admit that with the update of the bioeconomy strategy in 2018, I think there were some further steps in, let's say, promoting the role of rural bioeconomy, but more can be done. Thank you very much.